This week, OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT, released Deep Research. It's an AI that can crawl the internet and research some topics for you and prepare structured reports. And it blew away the competition on a really hard deep knowledge benchmark. Look at those numbers. Wow, it doubled the performance of the other models. It's quite impressive because this benchmark was made very recently. So in this video, let's dig into what deep research is, who it could fit, and how to use it effectively, and its limitations. Deep research is available currently to pro users who pay $200 a month. But OpenAI has stated that they will roll it out to plus users as well. In the UI, it's a tool at the bottom of the chat interface, which is very easy to just tag along. I've been testing it in the last 4 years, and the model choice does not change the output. So it looks like it's underneath the same model, being O3, the most advanced reasoning model that is being used. With these tests, I've learned quite a few things, and I want to share these with you. The more specific you can be about the sources, the format, and the conclusions or insights you're seeking, the better it is. Here I asked Deep Research to research the internet and content published by bloggers, intellectuals, and thinkers about a post-AGI, post-labor, or post-abundance world. And I stated a few sources, like this lesswrong.com website, but also a few personalities. I was curious about their opinions, and I also said, please include at least 20 different personalities in the analysis. Typically, deep research comes back with 1 or 2 questions to refine the task and then gets going. It can take it up from 5 to 30 minutes to do research. Here, it looked at 37 different sources, as you can see, and it took it 17 minutes to compile this. You can probably imagine that it would have taken hours for any person to do this. You can see how it goes about the work. It's gathering information from every page and compiling insights. In the end, it made a nice report, which is quite focused, and it followed pretty well the instructions. Another thing that deep research is pretty good is comparing different products. Here I was comparing screenshot APIs. These are services that allow you to capture screenshots of websites. This is useful for developers. I am a developer building applications, and it's a useful service, and I wanted to check whether it can give me the various options. And it did a pretty good job by summarizing all the available options. And here I felt like you didn't need to give it a lot of guidance because it's a basic compile and summarize job. Now, when it comes to different ideas, it's very important to steer the sources. Here I asked it, for example, to explore passive income ideas in Germany, where I'm based. And it came up with some really good proposals, things that make sense. One of them was, for example, exploring operating vending machines. And I went into a little rabbit hole, dug a little bit deeper into this with a business plan and the various aspects of operating one. And here again, it's very important to tell it which sources to use. In this example, I wanted to dive deeper into healthy snacks vending machines, but I did not give it any sources. What it came back with were often solutions that are more suited to larger players. It crawled the websites of big companies like Selecta, and these are typically not aimed at small entrepreneurs like me. But then I tried the same prompt with now very important qualifier to please read these specific subreddits, some like Ask Germany, Our Entrepreneur, or Small Business. And there it did a much better job, and it stuck to sources that are advice of other people, other similar entrepreneurs. And it found other platforms like gutefrage.net and really compiled a pretty decent report. If you are in the business of researching information, not just of a scientific kind, but of a market potential, of competitive potential, then this tool will help you and save you a lot of time. If you're also studying and want, again, a compilation that's easy to go through and then click on links to further delve into, then this is ideal for you. Now, it does have some limitations, and one of them is that it's still not 100% reliable. Here, Colin Fraser posted this interesting test on X. So basically what he did, he asked Deep Research to compile a table of NBA teams with their most recent game details. And then he went through that information and checked the validity. As you can see, it's a hit and miss. On some aspects it does well, on some others it does not do so well. It's still the first iteration, so one has to keep in mind that when reviewing the information, we cannot trust it 100%. Like I said before, it's more of a simplifier for you to delve deeper and to click on the links and to make sure that the information is correct. Another example of a limitation is that it still cannot, for example, interpret graphs. Alexander Dunn on X and Twitter showed an example where the graph shows a certain trend, but Deep Research interprets the wrong trend. So the trend was worsening, whereas the model says it's improving. So again, this is one where you have to check yourself. Another limitation of Deep Research right now is that it cannot access paywalled content. And a lot of scientific journals are actually paywalled. So if you are a researcher into the scientific topics, you might find this a little bit steep for what it is. For other users, I believe $200 a month is still a little bit steep. I have O1 Pro because I am a coder and it really provides me valuable help when building applications. It's not a slam dunk for anyone. As soon as it rolls out to Plus, probably in a limited fashion, I would definitely advise to take Plus, even if you have used for a few times, because it will definitely save a lot of times. Instead of crawling and looking at web pages yourself, you'll be able to save time and do the more important analytical work behind. Speaking of budgets, I will be making next video about an open source alternative. So if you are interested in that, subscribe to the channel and hopefully we will see a useful alternative. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.